big tax breaks are back on the table, but only if you act before 2026. So there's a new bill in the Senate, nicknamed the One Big Beautiful Bill, and it's packed with massive tax savings for business owners and retirees. We're talking bigger deductions, tax-free tips, senior credits, and huge write-offs. But like most things in Washington, if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. So let's break it down. I'm John Rojas, certified financial planner and founder of Tribox Private Wealth. We help business owners build tax-smart wealth outside of Wall Street and as far away from Uncle Sam's grip. Today, I'm going to unpack the biggest proposed tax legislation in years. Hasn't passed yet, but it's gaining traction fast. And even if half of these makes it into law, it's going to change how smart people build, preserve, and pass on their wealth. Let's get into the details and I'll show you how to get ahead of it before 2026. Section 1, the biggest benefits for business owners. Want to start off with entrepreneurs, LLCs, and S-Corps. We've got QBI deductions being boosted to 23%. The qualified business income deduction, aka the 20% tax break for pass-through entities, this could rise to 23%. That means more of your income stays in your pocket. An example is, assume there's $400,000 in qualified business income, goes from an $80K deduction to a $92,000 deduction, and that is a straight line tax cut for those structured correctly. Next up, we've got Section 179 being expanded to 2.5 million. Right now, you can deduct up to 1 million for equipment or property purchases. This bill would raise that limit to $2.5 million with phase outs starting at around 4 million. Well, that's a massive for office upgrades, vehicles, software, or even real estate improvements. And you can write it off immediately, not over decades. Next up, we've got car loan interest deductions up to $10,000. If you finance a U.S. assembled business vehicle, you can deduct up to $10,000 in loan interest. That's a clean win if you're a realtor, contractor, consultant, or you're a small fleet owner. Next up, we've got tips and overtime equaling tax-free income. This is big for restaurants, for salons, and for service-based businesses. The bill proposes exempting tips and overtime pay from federal income taxes. This is going to mean easier payroll, better employee retention, lower taxable income across the board. Section 2, wins for high net worth retirees. Now let's talk about this group. Most tax bills forget affluent retirees entirely, but we've got a proposed $4,000 senior tax credit. If you're 65 years and older and your income is under $75,000 single or $150,000 joint, you get an extra $4,000 in standard deduction. That brings a married couple's total to $36,000. That's a serious reduction in taxable income. Higher standard deductions across the board for everyone equals more tax-free income across the board. If you're single, you're going to go from $15,000 to $16,000. If you're head of household, you're going to go from $22,500 to $24,000. And if you're married filing jointly, you're going to go from $30,000 to $32,000. If you're living off your investments, your pension, or Social Security, this gives you some room to breathe. There's also some capital gains opportunities. More retirees could fall into a 0% capital gains bracket thanks to those higher deductions. This is also your chance to harvest gains tax-free before this window closes. There's also some estate planning advantages. The lifetime exemption, that still stayed in place, up to $13.6 million per person. This bill doesn't touch it yet. So combined with the step up in bases, retirees can pass on millions in assets without ever triggering estate taxes. So there are some caveats and some controversy around this proposed bill, and of course there's always trade-offs. You're going to have the deficit explosion. The Congressional Budget Office says that this bill could add $3.8 trillion to the national debt. That creates political pressure to either scale it back or add taxes elsewhere. They're looking at cuts to safety net programs. To pay for the tax cuts, the bill proposes a $700 billion cut in Medicaid and SNAP and other social programs. Plus, the new work requirements that could impact over 8 million Americans, well, expect a political firestorm over this. So many of these perks, like the tip exemptions, the car loan deductions, and the Section 179 bonuses, they expire after 2028. What's the translation of that? This is a limited time tax window. You don't want to wait and see how it plays out. So here's your action plan for viewers. So what does it all mean to you? If you run a business, if you're nearing retirement, or you want want to legally lower your tax bill, this bill could be your once-in-a-decade planning opportunity. Here's what I would do. I would review your business structure. QBI only applies to pass-throughs, not C-Corps. Look at big purchases. Bring forward expenses to take full advantage of expanded Section 129. Run projections for 2025 through 2028. You want to harvest gains, fill those tax brackets, and plan for Roth conversions before they sunset. Consider estate planning moves. If you're thinking about gifting or legacy planning, this could be your window. Look, if this all sounds like a lot, it is, but that's why we're here. At Tribox Private Wealth, we help business owners and retirees turn tax code changes into wealth building strategies. Book a strategy call. We'll review your current setup, run simulations based on the bill, and give you clear next steps. Because Washington's not waiting, and neither should you. I'm John Rojas. Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, hit subscribe and share this with someone who could benefit. Let's keep your wealth working for you, not for Washington. I'll see you next Monday.